and gentlemen, this is Mando number 5.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel, Mando number 5, and I'm Keith Guppy. So welcome to another episode of Mando's Best, where I look at all the iconic modern Star Wars 3.75 inch figures, ships, playsets from 1995 until now. So yeah, welcome to episode number 29, and this week we're going to look at Aurra Singh, the bounty hunter, who had just a fleeting appearance in episode 1 at the pod race, but had quite a few appearances in the animated Clone Wars series. They were produced many years later. As usual, we'll do a little bit of a flyby. We'll have a look in the figures in a lot of detail, and we'll do some Mando's 5 facts of the week. But stay tuned to the end, because then we'll do what my favourite is, and Mando's best of the week. So let's do our usual quick flyby, ladies and gentlemen, of the Aurra Singh figures. As I said, there's not many. But it started with this one, Power of the Jedi version, and we'll look at these in a bit more detail in a minute. Re-released in this really cool Ultimate Bounty Saga Bounty Hunters pack. Really, really cool. Look at that swoop bite. But again, we'll look at that later on in a bit more detail. The only Clone Wars version, another completely different version released in the Saga line. The Darth Maul 3D glasses version, which was again re-released in the vintage collection in 2012, and then there is another re-release that's imminent. Quick flyby, and we'll go through the detail of the figures in a minute. So this week's suggestion came from Lucas Ferrari 1171. Cheers, pal. As I say every week, if you enjoy the channel, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, but please put in your suggestions. I know some of you put some suggestions in that have been waiting quite a while, but some of them are big ones, like Yoda, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Queen Amidala. They're big ones, and I'm trying to trawl through those, so I might have to split those into 2 episodes. And I've had a bit of feedback recently that maybe I've got too many clips in there. Put in the comments, let me know. I can shape the video however you want to see it. I can reduce the clips, I can increase the clips. And if you think that the videos are a little bit too long and I need to do them in 2 parts, then just let me know.
Bad move, Jedi. This will cost you. Bosk, can you hear me?
Roger.
Execute the hostages if I give the word. I am prepared to kill you, the hostages, whatever it takes to get what Boba wants.
Sounds more like what you want.
Don't. No chance.
She won't do it, Boba. She's not like you.
She's right. I'm not a murderer.
Don't listen to them. You won't have to.
It's over.
Bomb! Boba, hurry!
No! So just before we get into Aurra Singh in a bit of detail, I just want to shout out to my good mates a long time ago. Check out their channel. They do some great videos. They're much more polished and better than I can ever do. Check them out and subscribe to them, because it's well worth it. I was lucky enough to have them at my house last Friday ago. We had a great time. They had a look around the room. We went out for a bit to eat, but you know, Martin dropped off a couple bits that I'd been waiting for a little while. One of them was this droid set, the Christmas set. Absolutely amazing. I really appreciate him bringing it back from the States. Thanks, pal. Great set. And I'll probably go through that in a bit of detail in a few weeks' time when I've got a few other bits and pieces coming. Maybe when I look at the Cantina, maybe then I look at the Star Speeder and a couple other bits. But thanks, pal, for bringing it back. And amazingly, he also brought back 3 of these secret crates that hold the droids. I don't open, so I'll probably never find out what's in them, but you know, that's really cool. I've got 6 of those now, so he bought back 3 for me and he gifted them, so PAL, brilliant. And it's up there, I haven't got it down, but he also got me an absolutely brilliant Zoids album, which was great because I collect Zoids as well. So, you know, can't say enough about Martin and Adam for coming down. Really appreciate it. We had a great time. So again, check out the channel. Cheers, guys.
Next time I tell you to pull the trigger, you do it. It should only be a matter of time until they track us down. Something on your mind, Castus? You signed on to kill Jedi. Well, this is how it's done. I never took you for a coward, Castus. And what about you, Bosk? You feel the same? Well, then you're in luck. I was planning on making a stop. You can drag your worthless carcass off of this ship when we land. We're going to visit an old friend. Maybe he can replace Castus. Set course for Florum.
Oh, my dear. You never were good at asking for permission to land.
I never asked for permission to do anything, my darling.
So let's look at Mando's 5 facts of the week. Yeah, you can see what I did again. Yeah, so Mando's 5 facts. So there was just 5 single carded figures for Aurra Sing, produced since 1995 until now, and plus the Ultimate Bounty Pack, which is amazing, and I'll show you that a bit later on. Released across 5 different lines, and first released in the Power of the Jedi line in 2000. Not a great figure, but you know, it's good to see, you know, these bounty hunters who've got fleeting appearances actually come out in the figure line. The last release is a release that's about to come out now. I think it's pre-order or might just be released. Is a 2025 the Vintage Collection VC 73 re-release, which is okay. Later on, I'll put some shots up so you can compare with the original 2012 TVC version. And the TVC version from 2012, unsurprisingly, is the most expensive Aurra Sing you can get. To get that, probably going to cost you £70 plus maybe £80 to get the TVC one release from 2012. And that's Mando's 5 facts of the week.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where it started with the 2000 Power of the Jedi release. A pretty basic figure. I don't even know. I think it's only got 5 POA. So very limited. It came with a blaster rifle, a little smaller blaster. Pretty basic. But you know, the first release, and quite unusual to see a character that's only had one fleeting appearance in episode 1 to come out. I guess they missed it out for episode 1 and thought we'd do it in Power of the Jedi. And Power of the Jedi line has got quite a few figures like that. There's probably, you know, maybe a dozen figures that you didn't see again. So, you know, for that reason, it's quite a nice line in some ways. You get the Jedi Force file cards, the fat files with them. This figure now you probably get for about £10. Collection 1, as I said, from 2000, and you've got the vital statistics in the fat file behind. So yeah, that was the first release, Power of Jedi, for about a tenner. And then a highlight for me, another way you can get that exact same figure. Maybe the eyes are slightly less, let me just move the camera a little bit. Maybe the eyes are slightly less darkened in this version, but for me, the real highlight of this set is this swoop bike. Sorry about the glare, but this swoop bike is absolutely amazing. Look at the a head on the front of the handlebars, like the teeth. It's absolutely cool, and this is Aurra Sing's swoop bike, and you can see it a bit better on the back on the pictures there. But what a cool swoop bike. You can only get this swoop bike in this pack. Really cool. It's a good pack overall anyway. It's got all the bounty hunters in it, and this is from the Saga line back in 2003. But really cool set. And like I said, this set is now going up in value quite a lot. I've seen a couple that have sold for £40, but they're on Buy It Now. But if you go on eBay right now, you won't get one less than 70 or 80 or 90 pounds to buy a set like this now. Probably because of that swoop bike, because you can only get it in this set. And I would probably say it's the coolest swoop bike, one of the coolest swoop bikes in the whole modern collecting era. But let me know in the comments if you disagree. But it's pretty damn cool. So that was a release from 2003. And then in 2006 we had this one, and completely different from all the other versions you'll get. Let me just lower the camera a little bit. There you go. Just put that like that. Yeah, so very, very different from all the other versions you'll get of Aurra Singh in this black sort of outfit. All the other pictures you'll see are in a sort of red outfit. Even the Clone Wars animated version. So very different, this one. I'm not sure what scene it's from, whether it's from a comic or something. You'll notice a lightsaber in there. So I didn't mention in my intro that she was a Padawan, Jedi Padawan. So she has got Force abilities, which made her very effective, obviously, as a bounty hunter. But yeah, so you've actually got a green lightsaber in this one. You get a rifle again, little blaster. And then there's the back of the card with a picture at the top where she was watching the Buntu Eve pod race, and you get the standard holographic figure. So again, that figure there, probably about 18-20 pounds, but very unique in its own way. And then in 2010 you had the only Clone Wars version, so very sought after. She's got her sort of spike coming out of her head, which is sort of extra long on this version, which is, you can see in all the Clone Wars clips. I'll put a couple up, but there's a few. But there's a big arc around young Boba Fett getting his revenge on Mace Windu, trying to kill Jedi, etc. So that's quite a large arc in the Clone Wars series. So check it out. So there you go. You get two blasters, the rifle, and there is Aurra Singh is a Force sensitive bounty hunter, mercenary, and assassin. There you go. So that one there would probably cost you about £20-25, which is quite cheap for the Clone Wars Dark Skies line, because that is an expensive line to get. And then in 2012, randomly brought it out on this line, the Darth Maul line, which you have the 3D glasses. So these lines, I've said before, is very hard to get in good condition because these bend a lot here. So it's quite hard to get in decent condition. This isn't too bad. It's got a little crease at the top, but you got a sort of case with a load of Jedi lightsabers in, which is quite cool. Two blasters, a rifle. You get the dice because it's got obviously they've got the game inside, and on the back you've got the picture, which you put your glasses on and you can see the 3D effect of the picture. That one there is quite expensive. It's probably about £30. That line. They didn't produce it in the one without the 3D glasses. It's a bit unusual. Just a 3D glass line. So there you go, and that was from 2012. And then the same year, unsurprisingly, they brought out the same figure, but in the TVC line. So again, here you've got the case with the lightsabers. It's quite nicely positioned inside the bubble, actually. There's quite a lot of space around it. Two blasters, but exactly the same figure again as the one produced 2 years earlier. Now, the VC73 from 2012 would cost you probably about 70, maybe £80 now. They have just re-released it, or about to, and I'll put some pictures up and some comparators. It is a slightly different figure, but not a lot. It doesn't come with a case, which is a bit of a shame, because I think it's pretty cool with a case. And that's about to come out, and you can probably pick that up for what retail, probably 16, 18, 19 pounds, whatever retail is at the minute. So yeah, so not a lot of figures for Aurra Singh, but enough to just keep her going through the lines. And stay to the end, and I'll let you know what I think Mando's best is.
We are the defenders of truth. You! I remember you, Jedi brat! You left me for dead. Luckily, Hondo pulled me out of the wreckage. Well, a girl's gotta make a living. Honey, this isn't about your cause. This is about revenge. Simple as that. Enough talk. Time to see what you're made of, kid. No.
So, what's Mando's best of the week? Now, this week you're all going to shout at me and go, no, you can't pick that. But I'm going to, because I can do what I want. But I think just because of the swoop bike that's in this pack, then that is my Mando's best of the week. That swoop bike is so unique, so cool. It's Aurra Singh's swoop bike. It's the only way you can get it. It's an absolute exclusive, this pack. This pack should be worth a lot more than it is just because of that. It's really, really cool. So this week, that is Mando's best. Now, I'm away. I've got my 10th wedding anniversary next week, so I'm away a little bit. I'm going to try my best to do a video, but if I don't, I might see you in 2 Fridays' time instead of just next Friday. But until then, take care. All the best. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mando number 5.